Hello, this is Konstantinos Lazarakis, Master of Wine, and this is the first episode of the eGREEKwine series, an initiative of the Greek Wine Federation. From the next episode on, we will start analyzing, talking about every single wine-producing region in Greece. But I thought it would be a good idea to start with an overview with the basic facts about Greek wine and vineyard. It is really disheartening talking to people around the world, even seasoned wine professionals, and we're talking about the 21st century, and having them looking down to Greek wine, not believing that Greek wine can be great. As we speak, Greece can produce amazing wines. Is Greek wine the best in the world? This is a slightly different conversation, but we have to accept that Greece is now belonging clearly to the Premier League of great wines in the world. It is easy to think that Greek wine cannot be rare, cannot be exotic. Let me tell you, it is both. It is rare because we produce a tiny amount of wine. I'll tell you this, there are regions around the world, highly reputed, for example, Bordeaux, that produce more than double the amount that Greece is producing in any given year. It's not only the fact that we produce small amounts of wine, we drink most of it. We export less than 20% and we're drinking the rest because we actually love our wine. So, if you're not living in Greece and you have access to a bottle of Greek wine, when you're drinking it at home tonight, have in mind that this is an exceedingly rare event. You're having a rare wine on your table. Greece has one of the longest histories in the world of wine. We were not the first to produce wine, but definitely we were the first to envelope wine with an amazing culture, starting from the first sommeliers, wine waiters, what we were calling inohoi, all the way down to having wine writers and amazing books dedicated completely to wine. And let's not forget, Greeks were the first to talk about the importance of moderation. And when we talk about wine, enjoying responsibly is of utmost importance. Greek wine is also exotic. We have a huge number of local grape varieties, autochthonous, that are actually endemic. Endemic means these can be found in Greece and nowhere else. These grape varieties give wines with amazing, different individual flavors and structures and have to be tasted. How many Greek varieties are they? We don't really know. We have about 150 commercially available as we speak, but people talk that there are a lot more to be discovered in the old vineyards on that slope, on the other mountain. So stay tuned. In 20 years' time, Greek wine will be a lot more exciting than it is even nowadays. And for all the foodies out there, Greek wine screams for food. Greeks have been making wine to go well with food for millennia. We have a millennia-long experience of having great tastes coming from both sides. So this is an opportunity that you shouldn't miss. On the labels of Greek wines, you can see a lot of these tongue-twisting names of our grapes. But I think it would be a good idea to spend just a few minutes talking about other indications you can have on these labels. Along the lines of the EU wine legislation, we have specific indications on labels of Greek wines. For example, PDO, Protected Designation of Origin. This is usually a classic region, a region with a long history of producing a specific style of wine. For example, Nemea. A PDO Nemea wine has to be a pure Agioργητικό grape variety and it has to be a red wine. Then, in Greece, we have a lot of PGIs, Protected Geographical Indications. These indications relate to regions that are less traditional, or these are used by producers that need to have wines from non-classic regions or non-classic grapes. And then we have varietal wines. As you can imagine, the variety is the star here, and the producer can use varietal wine indication to blend different vineyards, maybe different regions, or use that to produce wines from very rare or up-and-coming grapes. On a PDO wine, we can have the words reserve or Grand Reserve, and on a PGI, we can have the word Cava. These terms denote a longer aging, maturing period in the cellars of the producer before the wine being released in the market. So we expect more age-worthy, more complex wines. Going through the entire labeling term legislation would be enough to put everyone to sleep. So if you have any insomnia problems, drop me a line, I can sort everything out. The take-home message, however, is that Greek wine is a highly regulated, completely safe product. The next episode will be the first one discussing the different wine-producing regions around Greece. So, stay tuned to Greek Wines Federation's YouTube channel for the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy.